transformation is that we might be with Him. To be means deification. Dei, God. Fi, going to. Shun, action. Becoming the perfect triandric unity of the human and the divine. Are we there yet?
Lalim ng pa-sister.
We are all works in progress. But rating from 1 to 10, where are you?
0.
We must check it out every now and then. Ultimately, we are called to live the very life of God. Okay? But it is not easy. It is not easy. I agree. We are not there yet. And sometimes we go forward 3 steps and backward 5 steps. 1 step forward, 10 steps backwards. True. And that is why we are here. This school of leaders is here because we are very serious in our undergoing this transformation. Are we not? And that is why the main entree of my reflection with you tonight is the cross. It is not easy to become a leader. It's easy to apply, it's easy to be with a group. But to be qualified for becoming a real leader, especially that we are now empowered, you are now empowered as the lady in the church. Because as we know, that the lady, we have now a lot of deacons, and then a lot of deacons' wives who are here, and a lot of deacons too here, and deacon who?
Deacons to be.
Deacons to be. Wow. Oh, wow. How many are deacons to be? Can I see? Yung mga to be. Nasaan na kayo? Oh, bakit nawala? Ay, sus. Oh, oh, mga dikunwari. Kunwari, ano ba? Okay. Tutubin na di kunwari pa, no? Okay, the cross. May I repeat that? Whoever wishes to come after me must deny himself, take up his cross. The cross is the power of God. It saves us for the dysfunction of our fallen nature. How many agrees that we have a fallen nature? Thank you. Only 4 agree. 5. Oh, 6. Okay, and a half. Okay. This dysfunction destroys the society from within. Okay, let me show you some dysfunctions. Pride, materialism, sales, all the isms, naturalism, terrorism, consumerism, secularism, family values change, poverty, social injustice, infidelity, the latest in fashion. Oh, yan. He's the owner of them all. That's what he said. Okay. Human trafficking, pornography. This is from within. These discords hurt each and every one of us. They are not just crime of the society, but they hurt each and every one of us. Over and above all, the president is pride. Presidente de Festejos is I, me, myself, and my shadow. If we can only put our picture on the altar, put flowers, and then adore ourselves. That is the result of loving myself. You know, I am glad we are talking about this now during the Lenten season because we are reminded of the passion and death of our Lord Jesus Christ, are we not?
Yes.
And we Filipinos are particularly devoted to Jesus Nazareno, yeah? Not the Reno that we know, but Jesus Nazareno, okay? Ay, kumisa kasi nasa na ba si Brother Willie? Nasa Reno po. Okay. Jesus Nazareno. Jesus of Nazarene, the Black Nazarene, that sometimes some people even die because of their devotion to the January procession in Quiapo, in the Philippines. You know why? Because we are a suffering people. We are devoted to the suffering God. Because we are, and indeed, we are a suffering people, are we not? After, what was the latest typhoon there? Sendong. My goodness. Mount Pinatubo. Disaster after disasters. We are just so much bombarded with all these sufferings that we have. The cross, though, of the suffering servant of Isaiah, which is Jesus of Nazareth, is our suffering God. We Filipinos are devoted to Him. But you know what? The cross is His embrace to us. And that brings me to my favorite line. The centrality of the cross in the life of a Christian, in our lives as Christians. Why? Because we have a split within us. Okay? Hindi po ito banana split. Split. We were created by God good. Genesis 1:31. And God saw what He has made, and it was very good. But we are inclined to evil. Romans 7:15. What I do not understand. For I do not do what I want, but I do what I hate. Split. And that split right there is the tension. The wider the split is the wider the discords. Okay, the cross narrows down that split. Given the laxity of morals today, we Filipinos have been contaminated with the breaking of the family in the United States. It's grim. Our statistics for divorces and separations, 65%. Is it? 1 in every 4. That is too grim. And given all these forces in the world, which is very powerful, just show that we are fascinated with all these things that the world is offering to us. And that is why that split is very wide. While we want to be good cursilistas, while we want to be good holy, and we want to be holy and we want to be spiritual in our service as cursilistas, yet the inclination to pride, the inclination to power, inclination to evil, money, power, sex is more than the power of holiness that we are trying to work out as disciples of Christ. And that is why here, as crucilistas, as workers in the vineyard of the Lord, and throughout our journey, we have been trying hard to be holy, but through these shortcomings, we are so divided. And this is so alarming. Because we are now presently in the verge of the destruction of humanity. It's a phenomenal destruction. Destruction through nuclear and biological weapons. We are. And that is why Netanyahu was here. Because they are already thinking of bombing Iran. And we know that Iran has all these powers. We know all these countries who are having these nuclear bombs. But however, it doesn't only the threat does not only include, it's not only is this nuclear threat, the destruction of humanity, but it's also the destruction of what is essentially human, the dignity of life of the unborn, and of the human person, of his right to life. Euthanasia. You're not needed in the society. Why not? Assisted suicide. In this regard, we suffer because we experience a host of evil. And so we suffer. What is evil anyway? Well, evil is the lack of, absence of, distortion of good. That is what we Christians define evil how. That's how we define evil. We still have to go back to that good. Because why? Salvation is that we are being saved from evil, and the redemption is that we will have the good back. That's good about being a Christian, a Catholic Christian. Through the cross, we will be able to conquer all of this. There will be many whys in our minds. Put questions with God, with our emotions, with our mind full of anxiety and dismay, and God expects the questions. The answer has already been given by Jesus Christ. There is the redemption and salvation from the evil of suffering. Redemption means we can have the good back. And salvation means liberation from evil. But how? By the cross. The cross. The cross blots out the dominion of sin, which takes roots under the influence of the evil spirit. I don't want to miss this. I would like to read it from my notes. By means of the cross, our Lord must strike at the roots of evil, planted in the history of man and in human souls. And that is precisely what salvation, what the cross was accomplished by our Lord. This work is the plan of eternal love. It has the redemptive character. It annihilates evil. That cross over there is a sign that God has conquered evil in this world. The evil of pride conquered by the cross of humility. The evil of anger and hatred conquered by the cross of love. Unless we have that cross of love and humility, we will not be able to conquer evil in our own self, number one, in our own marriage, number two, in our own families, number three, and in our own communities, and in our own team, Cursilio, and in our country, etc., etc. It starts from here, from within. By the suffering of the cross, Christ has reached the very root of evil, of sin. He conquered even Satan, the devil. By his suffering, he leads us. He suffers and he leads us from that transformation from within. That's why he says, if you wish to follow me, carry your cross. Deny yourself and carry your cross. And that is why during Lenten season, we are giving up something. Okay, don't tell me you're giving up chocolates. Oh, come on. Oh, don't tell me you're giving up soft drinks. Oh, come on. Give up pornography. Give up infidelity. Give up immorality. Give up social injustice, whatever. Otherwise, we will never reach that ultimate objective of the lay spirituality that we are trying to reach. As Christians and as Cursilistas, we have a vocation. We are the followers of the Divine Master. But we have to carry the cross. He is asking you and me. He's asking you now, right now, not tomorrow. Now, follow me, come. Take part through your suffering in this work of saving the world, a salvation achieved through my suffering, through my cross. That, my dearest brothers and sisters, is the lay spirituality. Lay spirituality is not doing the works of God. Sometimes we are very busy doing the works of God that we forget the God of works. Is it not? So, down through the centuries, we can see that there were models. We saw the sufferings that were concealed by this particular power that draws them interiorly with Christ. Dorothy Day. Do you know Dorothy Day? Is a lay woman who is now being beatified. He had an abortion. He lived in with a man. He had a divorce. She had a divorce. But when she was converted into the Catholic religion, she was not a Catholic. She met a sister in New York, and then she started going to the church, the Catholic church in New York, and that started her transformation. And she founded the Catholic Worker together with her husband. And today, this time, there are many patients and friends of the Catholic Worker. There are houses throughout the United States, helping the poor, housing them, just like what Mother Teresa did. And now, Dorothy Day will be beatified. Our own Lorenzo Ruiz was just a catechist. He was just serving in the church, just like any ordinary altar boy. But when he was persecuted by the communists, he didn't want to give up his faith. He was tortured to this last cell, put upside down, and they pulled his nail, whatever, tortured him. He didn't give up his faith. So God has raised them up. Pedro Calungsod is coming up. Another one in our century. There are a lot in our century. Lay people who have become real spiritual leaders. Real with the full scale of spirituality of a laity. I will be showing you images in a little bit, together with the song of Josh Groban, He Raised Me Up. Because I really think that God raised them up during their times of sufferings and persecutions. God was there. During our time of suffering, He is there to carry us, just like in the footprints of the sand. Trust me, I have experienced everything in my life. Well, you don't know my life yet. Some of you do, but some of you don't. I had my ups and downs, but it's time that I had my downs. He had His elevators and escalators for me to rise up from below. And so, let me just play for you my favorite music, and then where are my... Okay, here, just I have it here. Please.
raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me
So all of us, fellow Christians, fellow Crucilistas, should love, and embrace the cross. It should be central in our life, for we will find in the cross interior peace and even spiritual joy. And congratulations for being such good spiritual leaders in the Diocese of Oakland. Thank you.